Hey, welcome along to our Taekwondo tutorial today. I'm Christine Young, 7th Dan International Taekwondo instructor. In today's tutorial, we're going to be focusing on learning the basic blocking techniques and the first fundamental exercise called Saju Jirigi, 4-directional punch. Alright, let's start class. We start with our bow in, chariot, kuni, taekwondo. So just to recap, this is chariot stance, attention stance. Our feet are together, heels together, toes apart, our hands on the side. And we just bow to about 15 degrees and down. So the command that I gave was kuni, and you say taekwondo, kuni. Alright, let's get started with our warm up. Alright, let's just loosen up our body. Just do a little bit of jogging on the spot. Just have our arms and legs forward and back. So we're just switching forward and back. It's like we're doing a big march on the spot. And across to star jumps. Let's follow me in counting. If you've revised your counting in Korean, let's go. Hana, do, set, net, dasit, yasit, eva, yadu, aho, yo. Okay, just throw the arms out. Just punching up. And out to the side. 2 forward, 2 up, to the side. 4 forward, 4 up. 4 to the side, 6, and out to the side. Okay, all right, let's just go forward and back, forward and back. So shifting forward and back. So notice I'm not jumping very high, I'm just moving, just getting our body moving. Warming up our whole body. Feet together. Just like a little bit to the side. As we warm up, we can increase the movement. On the spot, knees coming up, knees up to about your chest height, build up. Big breath. Kicking your heels back. Okay, knees up. Get your shoulder to the opposite knee. 5 more. Hana. Do. Sit. Net. Dasit. Leg. High knees. Hana. Do. Sit. Net. Dasit. Yasit. Okay. Slow down. Alright. Let's have a big breath in. And let's turn to our right. Breathing up. Little reach, soften your head, so out to drop down. Big breath in. And breathing out to your left. Big breath in and forward. You can touch the floor with your hands. Nice. Just have your soft head, side to side. Big breath in. 1 more to your right. Once again, we want to get our chest to our leg. Big breath in to your left. Breathing in and reaching forward. This time we're just going to hold halfway. Just feel that tension in the back of your legs. Big breath in, and let's just fold our arms and drop down. Hang. Sway a little bit with your arms. Okay, alright. From there, big breath. Alright, arms forward. Just have one arm forward. Okay, both arms forward. Okay, let's reduce to one, and we're going to move the other one back. So one forward, one back. And change. Okay, it's forward. This one back. Hand, do, sit, net. That's it. Both arms up. One up, one down. Up, one down. Okay, let's go in. A little twist. Okay, arms out, fingers down. Stretch. Arms out, fingers down. Now a little stretch through the forearms. Fingers down. Stretch through. Sit, net, that's it. Counting with me. Hana, do, sit, net, that's it. Okay. Leg stretch, right leg up. Okay. So let's try and balance, focusing on our core as well as the stretch. Bringing that leg up. Okay, rotating your ankles. Hana, do, sit, net, that's it. Opening it out through your chest. If your knees just coming up to here, that's fine. Just imagine if you're finding it a little bit hard to balance, imagine you've got a pole here and you're just going to hold on to the pole. Rotating the other way. Hana, do, sit, net, that's it. Okay, give that leg a little shake. Other leg. Just find your balance. And breathing out. Really pull that heel up to your butt. Nice and strong in the core. Remember, nice big breaths. And on the out breath, hana, do, sit, net, that's it. Putting it out, hana, do, sit, net, that's it. Okay. Alright, this time as we do our leg raises, we're going to give ourselves a bit of a target. Let's just start shoulder height. Let's get our toes up, just touching underneath of our palm. That's it. Yes, it. To get warmer, let's go higher. Here we go. Yano. Aho. Nice and high. Go. Other leg. Just start shoulder height. Hana. Sit. Net. That's it. Yes. Here we go. Yano. Aho. High as you can. Yo. Those legs a little shake. Let's do a little side rising kick. So we're just gonna, this is our ground leg. Just gonna rise up. Just like we're gonna string. Sit. Net. That's it. Yes, sir. Here we go. Yano. Aho. Okay, these stretches are completely personal to you. Just go as high as your body will allow without injuring yourself, but make sure that you can feel that stretch. Breathe out. In and out. Use your arm. Your arm's going to help you go higher. Up. Maybe look at that. Look at how high you can go. So that was the side rising kick, everyone. Side rising kick. Right, let's give our legs a little shake. Let's just recap today's lesson. we're going to need to recap on the walking stance. This is our walking stance. Front leg is bent, rear leg is straight. Our back toes are 25 degrees off the front line. So this is 90 degrees, 25. Our knee is in line with our heel. Back leg straight, front leg bent, weight in the middle. Alright, our first block today is going to be the forearm low block. We're going to be blocking with our forearm, and it's going to be the outer forearm. When we put our hands to the side, we got the inner forearm, outer forearm. So this is the part that we're going to be blocking with. Alright, so we can block here, middle, or low. We're just going to start with the low block. We're just going to not worry about our feet, so we're going to be here in parallel stance. Our blocking hand is on top. On top. We want to move both arms. The other arm goes back to your belt. Remembering, we breathe out and everything stops at the moment of impact. Stop. Let's do 10 more. Hana. 2. Set. Net. That's it. Yes. Eva. Yadu. Aho. Yo. Our crossing position is also called the intermediate position. Is in front of our chest. Our blocking hand is on top and the other hand is turned away from our body. Moving through. As beginners, it's okay to take a moment to just check that you've got this crossing position in the right place. That's okay. As we become more familiar with it, we're just going to move through that intermediate position. We're not going to stop. I'm finishing this block on the inside of my leg or on here in front of my chest or shoulder. So this line here. If you find yourself blocking outside your body, that's okay. Just bring the arm back inside. So if you go too far, bring it back. Stop. Stop. Everything together. Do it with me. 2 back. 1, 2, 2 forward. Hana. Do. Hana. Do. Hana. Do. Hana. Do. There is quite a lot going on in this block. 7 things need to be coordinated to get this really smooth and correct. Alright, so that was the forearm low block. To be precise, it was the outer forearm. So in Korean, low, najunde, outer, pakap, polmok, meaning forearm, and block, maki. So we have najunde, pakap, polmok, maki. Alright. Next technique, very similar to our forearm block, we're going to be using the knife hand. This is our very classical, what you see in all the movies, that knife hand chop. Alright, so our knife hand is going to be this part. We're going to be blocking with this part of our hand, and in Korean, that is called the songkao, knife hand. Similar to the action of the forearm low block, we start the same intermediate position. Here it is. Alright, the blocking hand is on top and upside down. This is so that we can make a twist at the end of the technique. You can see that this twist is more pronounced when we're using the knife hand. Let's go with the action. You'll notice that I'm starting my hand like with a clenched fist, but as I come to the target, I open it out so that when my finish position looks like this. Alright, here we go. Let's get the big motions familiar first, and then we'll worry about the finer details. See that I'm just twisting my body a little bit to just give it that extra power, the power from the torso. So I'm going to breathe out. I momentarily pause everything when the technique is finished. More, count with me. Hana, do, set, nek, dasit, yasit, eva, yadu, aho, yo. Alright, let's add that with the walking stance. Here we go. Hana, do, set, nek, dasit. Yes. Eva. Yellow. Aho. Yo. And that was 10. Let's do 10 more. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Das. Yes. Eva. Yellow. So don't forget, it's fine to just check that your intermediate position is in the right place while we're learning. Once we've got used to it, we don't want to have a pause here. We need to move through our positions. So that was knife hand low block. We say the low first in Korean, najunde, then the blocking tool, which is knife hand, songkao, and the block, maki. Najunde, songkao, maki. Alright, so those are the two blocks that we will need for when we practice our fundamental exercises. So we're just going to save those and lock them in for later use. Now let's go on to one of our kicks. It's called the front rising kick, and from the basics of this kick you can do front downward kick and plus some of the other kicks that have a similar starting base. Alright, so let's just warm up our legs again. So earlier in our warm up we just had a little bit of a target for us to get our leg up. So those of us who have nice flexibility, I want that hand up there and that leg coming up to your hand. We don't want to bring the hand down to our foot. Hand up, leg goes up to meet your hand, both sides. If you're just at this level, that's also perfectly fine. Right, most of us can really work on getting this flexibility in our hamstrings a lot better. So there's no anatomical reason why we can't really get those kicks up here with a little bit of effort and practice. Right, so let's start with our walking stance, and this is called a walking ready stance. So we're just gonna kick and bring our leg back to the same spot. Okay. So take your time to collect that balance. As we advance and we want to do like better and cooler kicks, it's really important that we develop the sense of balance. So we're taking our time, we make this cross like a shield in front of our chest, and as we land, our arms land in this double blocking position. Rising kick. 5 more. Hana. 2. Sit. Net. That's it. Alright, change legs. Okay, so make sure that we've got this lovely stable base to begin with. So if you've already started a little bit wobbly, it's just going to get worse as we do the kicks. So make sure that you've got a nice stable starting position. More. Hana. 2. Sit. There. That's it. So that was rising kick, and in Korean, it's a front rising kick. So we use the term up for front, rising, olio, and kick is chagi. So it's up, cha, oligi. Up cha oligi, switching legs. So this is the leg switch. Where up cha oligi in walking stance. Side profile. Let's do 5 on each leg. Hana. 2. Sit. Net. That's it. Okay, so as I said, this is a great basis for about 2 or 3 other kicks. Downward kick, and we'll be covering those in a future tutorial. Just going to show you very quickly here. We have a relaxed rising and a nice, really strong, like you're pulling down with an axe, chopping firewood. This kick used to be called the axe kick. So that's what we want to do here. All right, okay. We're going to have a little quick break, and we're going to move on to Saju Jurigi. Alright, welcome back folks. We're going to show you the first fundamental exercise. It's called 4 directional punch. It's got 7 movements on each side, so 14 movements altogether. Right, let's start. Our right side is going to go first. This time, I'm not doing the mirror image, so you need to start off with your right leg. Our left leg is just going to turn or pivot on that spot. So imagine we've got like a circle around that foot, and it's going to stay in that circle. All right, we're in Junbi. We start in parallel, ready stance. First movement, middle punch. Low block, middle punch. Now we come back to the spot. So really it's a matter of repeating our front punch followed by low block and just taking a 90-degree turn. So at its core, we're going to step forward with the punch and step back with the block. Forward and back. Forward now. It's got 7 techniques on each side, so it's not entirely symmetrical in that we finish with the punch at the end and we don't do the 4th low block. It's going to be the same on the left side. So this time our right leg stays in that little circle. Left side again. We go forward. Step back with the block. So we're just putting together our fundamentals that we've learned, the middle punch and the low block. Let's do both sides, one after the other. We start on our right. Back to the middle, left. Start and finish on the spot. If you're struggling a little bit with the turning, this is an exercise that will help you get the 2 sequences in a really nice rhythm. So just practice coming forward with the punch, back with the block. Forward, back. When you're ready, start pivoting. So once again, if you're struggling with the pivoting sequence, just start with go forward and back on the spot. Forward, back. Once you've got that, then turn. 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 All right, one more, all together. Left side. And there you have our first fundamental exercise, Saju Jurigi. Alright, so that's the end of this tutorial. So we're just gonna warm down a little bit and do a little bit of our stretching, and also maybe do a few press-ups, get ready for our next class. Alright, so once again, we're stretching out, big breath in, so similar to what we did at the start, reaching forward to our right, get that chest to the legs, so we're stretching through that hamstring, that gives you that height in those front rising kicks we did today. And big breath in, and reaching forward. Okay, if you're really flexible, you can get your palms to the floor, just move them back as far as you can. Big breath in. Okay, and on the out breath, other side. Breathing in, out breath to the left. Breathing in. This time I'm just going to hold my elbows, I'm going to reach to the center, and I'm just going to let my head just remain soft, shoulders soft. Forward and back. Alright, from there, we're just going to walk out into our press-up position. Let's start on our palms. We want our shoulders, fingers pointing towards the front. We're going to be on our toes, but if you're finding that difficult, just come down onto your knees. But if you can, alright, so shoulders stacked in front of your chest, and we're just going to go out to the side. Really strong in the core, try and maintain a flat back. We're just going to start with 10. Tasit, yasit, yoga, yado, aho, and yo. Okay, we're going to sit back. At this time, when we sit back, we're just going to be on the ball of our foot. This will help us form the foot shape for our front snap kick and other kicks that we'll be doing as we progress in our Taekwondo journey. So we're just sitting, and let's reach. And change. Okay, arms are out. Fingers down. Fingers up. And just try and reach back, chest up, shoulders up. Okay, hands, we're just going to hold on to the back of our ankles. And we're just going to look up. Alright, coming back and sitting straight, toes out in front, big breath in, forward fold. If you're just up to here, that's fine. Grab hold of your shins, pull those elbows down, elbows and chest. Let's tuck one leg in, big breath in, out. Just hold for about 10. Practice counting in Korean. Hana, do, set, net, dasit, yasit, ilgo, yado, aho, yoyu. And change legs. Big breath in. On the out breath. Now 10 count. Hana, do, set, net, dasit, yasit, ilgo, yado, aho, and do. And your legs in, and a little cat, and just rolling up. Let's try not to use our hands. And here we are. Alright, let's end our session with a bow. We turn left, we might be like a little bit, well, just our go rock, just get ourselves ready to present to the instructor. heels together. This is our chariot position. And so let's tune in next time where we'll be going over Sajumaki, and we'll be advancing on to some L stance techniques as well as another couple of kicks. Chariot, Kunyi.